bed at 6 in the morning. I was given information last night. When I woke up this morning, you can go to the description and read everything that I was sent. What they're doing to me, this whole isolation, coming after me, blah, 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 blah. Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth, all of their little fucking weird-ass pedophile group, is the same thing they did to Issac Kappy. It's the same thing they did to Tracy Twyman. And what was Issac involved with before he ended up dead? Trying to expose this pedophile ring. What was Tracy Twyman's great crime? Talking about Issac Kappy and what he was trying to expose. That's the reason why they descended upon me. Hey, Elizabeth. That's the reason why they descended upon me. And Redwood Rebel Girl, sorry. And that's the reason why they descended upon me 2 years ago. And my sheriff obviously is not helping. When you go read it, I know this dude does not give a fuck. So Troy Romick is the one in town who actually did the video. Go ahead, Gio. Focus on Troy Romick. Go after him. See what the fuck happens to you. Because he gives me the impression he's not someone who's afraid. Because I've already told him, dude, if I go on and you go on a live with me and you start talking, they're going to target you. And he was just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. He's the one who actually took the video of Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff Neil Gross's deputies hanging those flyers all over the square, calling me a pedophile with my address on it. And he doesn't care. I think I am going to actually do a live with them so that he can tell his story. They took his Facebook page down because they said he was trying to create a racial riot. There's maybe 4 brown people in Harlan, so it wouldn't have been much of a riot, considering he's a big ass white dude with tats and stuff like that. He's not afraid. He's not afraid. But go read what Daniel Dowd is doing, what Geo Farnsworth is doing. This is what they do to victims. The difference is that they scared Issac Kappy. Issac was afraid. They scared Tracy Twyman. Tracy Twyman was afraid. I'm not afraid. This group of fucking pedophiles who are in a child trafficking ring, I'm not afraid. They need to be exposed. And the shit that they're doing to me, they just blatantly come out and laugh about it. You know? I went after Sherilyn. Was Sherilyn part of it? Something makes me think no. It's not like I didn't have lots of conversations with her. It's not like we haven't gotten together over and over and over. So I ended up being the dickhead for falling for the shit. But with the death threats and the people ending up dead and my sheriff fucking passing out flyers trying to send someone to my house to shoot me in the fucking face because they falsely think I'm a pedophile and they're directed energy weapons, this is the shit they're doing. And you're all focused on some fucking list, Epstein list, that you've been focused on for what, 10 years now and still haven't gotten? And you wonder why this group thinks everyone is fucking stupid. You know? That's how it works. Why would they not think everyone was fucking stupid? You're all arguing now about a list that you've never gotten, that you've been arguing about for 10 years. And yet the very people who come and give you the worker bees to the organization that's going on, and notice how everyone who tries to expose them commits suicide, but the only one that of their group that has done such a thing was supposedly Michael Aquino, who Keely Duran had to send me his death certificate over the weekend. They had again to let me know, but Keely Duran is directly connected to Doug Mesner, aka Lucian Greaves, who is using his satanic temple after school daycare to target the fucking kids. You have all of the people, the worker bees, the people who are actually hurting the fucking kids, because Jeffrey Epstein ain't hurting anybody anymore. You know? Maxwell's not hurting anybody anymore. But they have you so focused on this bread and circus bullshit that, fuck, you know? But what they're doing to me, what they're publicly doing to me, they've done to others. You want to know what the difference is? All of those people ended up dead. Daniel Dowd was involved with Issac Kappy. He was nowhere around, and then 4+ years later, all of a sudden, he's telling people, he and Corey Daniel, Phoenix Enigma, who could tell you the exact minute he drove under an overpass, you know? And I'm not playing any games. I'm about ready to turn fucking comments off, you know? Because I'm sick of the harassment. I'm sick of it. But then again, Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff Neil Gross and his deputies are fucking hanging flyers around all over town trying to get people to show up to my house and shoot me in the face. And why are they doing what they're doing? Because this pedophile group knows about Neil Gross's meth operation in town. Everybody around here knows about the meth operation in town. You know? That's the reason why they've tried to get me set up. And then these people who try to set me up act like I'm the fucking asshole because I figure it out. They try to set me up to protect their sheriff who's a meth head, or a meth, he's dealing meth. Whether or not he's a meth head, who knows? You know? They sure do seem amped up all the time, though. I will say that. You know? Maybe they just love their job so much. But, and with the directed energy weapons that have been terrible, you know? Which other people have bitched about. I mean, it's not like the U.S. Air Force didn't go in front of Congress in 2006, say they had these fucking weapons and they were going to use them on American citizens to show the rest of the world they were safe. Have you heard about the fucking weapons? No. Now we have something called the Havana Syndrome. Voldemort and his Death Eaters are waving their magic around. Oh, no. Everyone who is all of those embassies, they're all mentally ill. Everyone who was at that embassy, they were just into mass hysteria. They're all mentally ill. Even though they have it caused physical problems for them. They can be proven. But it's all in their head. That's what they tell you. Just like they have you focus on this fucking list, you know? And John. I know 2 Johns from Australia. Know about 2 Johns. John Issac, Fiona's uncle, or John, Fiona's husband. Who knows? You know? Who knows? I love Fiona. Don't trust her at all. But I love her. And she knows. You know? Sucks. Sucks, but that's how it works. You know? Life isn't black and white. It's generally shades of gray. And we all have to interact in those shades of gray. But the shit that they're doing, they're just bragging about it over and over and over. But Daniel Dowd has videos out there where he's telling people that he's meeting minors online so he can counsel them on how not to meet people like him online. You know? That's the reason why they're on top of me. That's the reason why they're after me. That's the reason why Daniel Dowd can't leave me alone. You know? Can't leave me alone. And parades around. That's Adam. The only people that our sheriff arrests are his competition. Because he doesn't want any competition. You know? Doesn't want any competition. And funny enough, the meth that's being distributed is being distributed in Harlan's trailer park. And everyone in town knows about it. That's the funny thing about it. Everyone in town talks about it. Don't know what to do, but they talk about it. And so I just wanted to come on here early in the morning and point out that this is a game for them. And what is their objective? They're targeting your kids. You think the child trafficking operation that made Jeffrey Epstein a billionaire has just stopped? You think he was acting alone, do you? You know? Do you think all of this has stopped? Oh, sorry. Think it's all stopped? It hasn't stopped at all. And this group is doing to me exactly what they did to Issac, exactly what they did to Tracy Twyman, exactly what they did to Lori King, exactly what they did to Max Spears. There's a long ass list, and this is just the people I know about. I'm sure there's a lot more. And they go online and brag about it. They go online and brag about it. You know? Yesterday was a 2+ hour video all about me. All about me. It's not the first one. And now he's going on, Daniel Dowd is going on Rumble, calling me a pedophile. All the videos that he's making of my house blowing up and burning down and me dead after being lynched, and the threats that I'm going to be Issac Kappy'd and murdered and my dogs are going to be murdered and blah, 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 blah. He's all posting that on Rumble now, the little fucking Nazi channel. That's what's happening. And yet, all of you are focused on this fucking list you haven't gotten in 10 years and are never going to get. And if you did get it, you couldn't trust it. You know? You couldn't trust it. Because they had the whole FBI going on and scouring all of those records and removing the shit that needed to be removed. You know? And so that's what this game is. That's what this game is. And imagine all the people who try to expose this all end up dead by suicide. Wow, what are the coincidences of that? You know? And everyone's just like, okay, who's next? It's frustrating to say the least. It's frustrating to say the least. But this is how it's working. And it needs to be exposed. And I'm hoping that God deals with it. With all the volcanoes that are going off and all of these seriously large earthquakes, they're thinking that Antarctica is about ready to split in half. But then they've been saying that Africa is already splitting in half. The planet is spinning faster now. The heat has gotten worse. I think we're in judgment, and I think the reaping is about ready to happen. And these dumbasses are so focused on parading around their crimes. And it's not like I don't have people breaking into my house. The fucking Oompa Loompa meth head that lives on one side of me and the little fucking Mexican that lives on the other side. And you want to know how I know? Because they paraded around in my face. Yesterday I mowed the lawn and the fucking Oompa Loompa sat out there with a dumbass grin staring at me. They just bait me, you know? And it's because they feel like they're untouchable, you know? Who gives a shit about the Epstein files? Why is it? What are you not getting in your head? You know? Why are you? What can't you get? You know? Oh Jesus! It's probably Geo. They come in here all the time, and want to actually distract and discombobulate the facts and all of that. And I'm just tired of it. If you're stupid enough to let their games work on you, then when they come for your kids, you deserve it. Isn't that how it works? If it's okay for other people's kids, you know, then it's okay for yours. That whole phrase, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? You know? But it's not. That dude who went on that thing that's been all over the news saying that he was a fascist and he was proud to be a fascist, the very next day lost his job because of the shit that he put all, that they interviewed and put all over the national news. And now he fucking wants to, oh, I'm a victim. I'm a victim. I said I was a fascist and I didn't care that they murdered people and they didn't care. And then I lost my job and I'm a victim. Lots of people care, Ben. Ben Dover says, who cares? I better take a screenshot of that because that way I can actually post that. And now I'm going to put you in a timeout. And that's the whole thing. They don't give a shit. They think that you don't care. You don't care about child trafficking. You don't care about kids getting hurt. You don't care about kids being raped. You don't care about kids being trafficked. That's what they think. They truly believe you don't care. That's what Michael Aquino, when I was a kid, told me. No one would believe me, and if they did believe me, they wouldn't give a shit. That's around town. I've had plenty of people. Yesterday, one of them treated me like a fucking dickhead because they tried to set me up with that little Twinkie dude in town. It didn't work. I'm not interested. What the fuck do I have to talk to you about it with the 20-year-old? You know? I didn't have any interest, so it didn't work. But that's what they do. They try and set you up. That way you don't know who to trust. That's what happened to Issac Kappy. In the end, he didn't know who to trust. Tracy Twyman didn't know who to trust. That's why they hate my fucking shamanism stuff so bad. Because who do I trust? Heaven. Who do I trust? God. That's who I trust. Who has protected me and saved me from their shit more than once. Let me remind everyone that Neil Gross, Shelby County, Iowa Sheriff, Aquino was my handler when I was little. He was my handler until I was the age of 10. The only reason I got away from him, the only reason is because my father and stepmother and my sister Cindy, my brother-in-law Ralph, and my brother Steven made me light that dude on fire in our basement in Fremont. And I wasn't drugged. It wasn't part of my training. And suddenly after that, I was damaged goods. You know? 66 through 76. If you go to my very first video on this channel, you will see me doing a video trying to find information about this guy. And the reason why this guy found us is because my dad abducted his little girl. They lived a couple blocks down, you know? But people in town are all involved with this because they're all involved with the meth operation. They're all trying to protect Neil Gross because they're all involved with the meth operation. And they're all around me, you know? All around me. Thinking that they can't be touched. I had the date wrong because I was just getting involved with it. It was 76 when I was 10. It wasn't 79. I have a video out there that says that I had the date wrong. You know, we didn't live in Fremont in 79. We moved to Grettinger over that whole situation. Because when you are a victim, it's hard to put all this shit together. It's hard to figure out the trauma. And as you can imagine, I really didn't like to think about. Oh, Judy, you're right. I'm old, and so you can't listen to me. Daniel Dowd, as you can tell, is sending his little fucking Nazi-ass followers who are protecting his little pedophile ass into my lives. That's what was said too. That was what was told to me. There's a point by point. The person who sent me the shit couldn't even listen to it because it was so much drama. They're not focused on protecting kids. They're focusing on going after me, who's an advocate. I wrote a book. Got nominated for Book of the Year, 2012. But you're right. You go ahead and defend all these fucking pedophiles, these meth heads. And when you die, I'm sure God is gonna bless your ass. You're gonna get blessings. Or are you planning on living fucking forever? You know? It's just sad. How many people will defend pedophiles? It's disgusting. And they think they're all that. They think they're all fucking that. They're so important. They're so powerful. They're so strong. They hide in the fucking dark and do shit secretly, but they're so strong. They know they're powerful. They want you to fucking respect him, but of course nobody knows who the fuck they are because they hide in the fucking shadows. And then they get mad when people find out and look at him as, oh, you're a pedophile or a pedophile defender. You're a piece of shit. And then they want to act like victims. You know? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. God's going to deal with them very soon here. The sun hasn't stopped inundating us with tons and tons of gamma radiation and heat. All those extra, why do you think all of these volcanoes are going off? You know, all over the world. Why do you think that dormant volcanoes are going off? Fuck, Mount Rainier they think is about ready to go off. You know? No, Phil, I'm mad at your pedophile group. I forgave my father. You know, helped him build the deck at the end of his life. You can go to NASA, you can go to the science things, you can read all about it. But Daniel Dowd obviously is still up on meth. Because that Phil G, he's all focused on my great uncle Phil from Michigan, who was the one who trained my dad. Because Daniel Dowd is a fucking meth head. He's up all the time. They don't sleep. And again, if Daniel Dowd and Geo Farnsworth didn't want me to think that they were involved with my friend Owen's murder, maybe they shouldn't have bragged about it. Maybe Daniel Dowd shouldn't have posted all those live videos of my town. And Geo will say, Harlan is in Omaha. It's only 40 miles away, dickhead. Your arguments are bullshit. And why are they bullshit? Because you were stupid enough to brag to me that you murdered my friend. And you think that you're untouchable because Neil Gross is protecting you. You know? No, and nothing ever got cleared up. Nothing got cleared up. By who? The sheriff's department that's hanging fucking flyers out? That Troy Romick got an actual video of? Put it on his Facebook. People in town have seen that video. You know? But these people protect fucking pedophiles. Not Troy. Troy actually exposed them. But people around me who are listening right now. They protect pedophiles and want to be told how great they are, how wonderful they are, how they're just better than fucking peanut butter. You know? Hide in the fucking shadows, fucking do drugs, and protect fucking pedophiles. Yeah. They're the inspiration we all should want to be, right? We should all want to be fucking meth head pedophile protectors. You know? Both the left and the right are guilty. It's the system we're fighting. If they're rich and powerful and famous, chances are they have blackmail information on them. That's how it works. You know? God isn't imaginary. Energy isn't imaginary. You know? But this is the way it goes. This is the way it goes. You know? God is imaginary, so you'll never be held accountable. Is that what your argument is? You'll never be held accountable because there is no God. So you can fucking traffic as many fucking kids as you want. As much meth as you want. You can do whatever the fuck you want. We vote because they have you distracted. You really think that the fucking idiots, they're figureheads. You know, it's the money behind it. It's the money behind it. It's the money behind all of it. And this whole child trafficking thing, you know? I rarely ever vote anymore. Who cares? You know? If Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are the best that our fucking country has to offer for presidency, America is going to fail. That's how it's going to work. If they're the best, we're fucked. You know? And so, but this is all done to protect pedophiles. What they're doing to me, bragging about it, Daniel Dowd getting all of his little pedophile protector supporters, his little group of incels to actually fuck with me. This is all the shit they did to Issac Kappy, who was trying to expose the child trafficking ring. They have you all focused on Issac's death, but not what he was trying to do in his life. Tracy Twyman. Oh, she was crazy. You know? She was trying to, she tried to take the mantle up from Issac Kappy and expose what happened to Issac and the child trafficking he was trying to expose. You know? I did have a mod. Yep, did have a mod. If you actually go to my blog, you'll find out, you know? I actually got pissed off at her. Was it warranted? Now I don't know, but who fucking knows? Because it's all a mind game. It's all a fucking mind game. Everything is for the good. I'm glad. I hope Sarah works for the FBI. That way someone who of fucking authority might hear what the fuck I have to say. Might look into it. Might do something about it. You know? Because I'm not the one. Nothing I bring to the table. It all has to be investigated by someone who has way more authority than I do. Way more authority than I do. And it says 76. So Daniel Dowd is on here actually fucking with the numbers because he thinks that's going to stop things. You know? If you go look at my normal one, there was like 500 people. But what, you think fucking with the numbers, Daniel, is going to actually do anything? You think the people who act, the quality people that are in here are actually going to stop because you're fucking with my numbers? No. What you're doing is more of your little pedophile games. That's what you're doing. More of your pedophile games. Geo Farnsworth, more of your pedophile games. You can go click on that link in the description, see exactly what I have to say. You know? They're buying bots. Type in bot and YouTube. You'll find out motherfuckers actually do this shit so that they can actually hurt other people's channels. That's what they do. But you want to know what? I had comments turned off for a long time. Daniel Dowd and his little group of fucking government pedophiles are the ones who are doing this shit. They're the ones who are killing it. But you can go in and type in bots and YouTube and read all about what the fuck they do. It's a game. It's a game. And I'm just showing, this is it. It says I have 101 people in here. At what, 6:30 in the morning? You know? At 6:30 in the morning, I have 101 people. No, what I have is a fucking meth head who's been up all night, who just did a 2.5+ hour fucking thing about how to fuck me. Now he's in here. You shouldn't have fucking bragged about murdering Owen, dude. You shouldn't have posted all those live videos of my town on YouTube. You know? Shouldn't have done it. Shouldn't have done it. Code, who gives a fuck? I don't give a shit. Doesn't stop the people who have been watching me for fucking years. That are quality. You know? They're not good numbers. They're fake. They're fake numbers. I love to actually take screenshots because these screenshots have emails. And there's a program out there for Shadow Dragon. Shadow Dragon, they can find out where these emails are coming from. That's how it works. You know? That's how it works. Shadow Dragon, and I bet the FBI has access to the Shadow Dragon. They can type in all of those fucking emails. So you go ahead, you keep posting your stupid shit. I'll take screenshots of it. They can see the name and they can actually go find out who it is. You know? And chances are, you dumbasses are connected right to Daniel Dowd, who's a fucking pedophile trying to hide the fact that he's also a murderer. You know? Geo Farnsworth, fucking murderer. You know? Chases everyone around. You know? I don't have a new audience, dude. I don't have a new audience. At 6:30 in the morning, I have... Oh, it's dropped down to like... Oh, it's 107. It goes from 87 to 107. No, it's not a new audience. It's not a new audience. It's bots. Because they think that's going to help them. They think that's what's going to help them. This is the fucking group who's the worker bees to this child trafficking operation. So you go ahead, you focus on this fucking list that you've, what, been focused on for 10 years now? No, it's not. And it's not 8:30 here, it's 6:30. You're a fucking dumbass. You're one of them stupid motherfuckers. Daniel Dowd just last night told you to come into my fucking thing, my lives, and fuck with everybody. You know? It's not that hard to figure the fuck out. It's not that hard. It's just sad. And as a victim of all of this, it's hard to think that people aren't actually entertained by the whole fucking pedophile thing. I know my sheriff is. He's busy sending his deputies out to actually hang signs all over town, falsely accusing me of being a pedophile, and giving them my address, hoping that someone shows up at my house and kills me, shoots me in the face. That's what they're hoping. That's what that whole fucking thing is. You know? And I'll show, when I post this on davidshurter.com, which I will post this live on davidshurter.com, I'll show the flyer that they're hanging up all over town. You know? Crystal Gems 420. Why don't you go get high, bitch? If I was a pedophile, do you really think I'd be going to fucking the cops all the time? You know? Really? Really? Trying to get exposure. Trying to get all of this shit exposed. You think they'd be breaking into my house, stealing shit from my house like that computer that they stole and then I didn't even know was gone till they bragged about it? What the fuck did they get from it? You know? But that's all I have to say. He does. He can't, he told me he couldn't access it. So I'm going to do a live. Troy Rorick. Rorick. And the cool thing about it is they took his Facebook down. So if anyone is law enforcement, they can actually go subpoena that fucking thing and actually get the video. So if you're really FBI, do your job. Subpoena Facebook. Get a copy of it. People in town saw it. It's not like it doesn't exist. All of your stupid little comments don't come up. You know? I have gone to the cops over and over and over and over and over. I started in 2007 and gave Nebraska State Patrolman cold case John Pankin and my DNA. That's what pedophiles do, right? They go and force the cops to take their DNA. Over the Ricky Chaddick case. Because it was the Ricky Chaddick case that started this whole fucking thing for me. You know? Dude. I'm damn near 60, so I'm fucking bald. So fucking what? Yeah, my hair is more important than the fucking pedophile operation that I'm trying to expose. You're absolutely right. You're right. My hair is more important than the fucking pedophile operation I'm trying to expose and the meth operation that was in town. You know? And as you can see, they're all in here. Daniel Dowd must have all of his little meth head incels in here now. Yeah, I'm a suspect in the fucking Ricky Chaddick case. That's the reason why I went to the Nebraska State Patrol and had them take my fucking DNA. Because I was a fucking suspect. You know? I forced him to. I didn't realize that John Pankinen was the one who got Alicia Owen put in jail. Alicia Owen was the victim in Franklin who was carrying Chief of Police Omaha Chief of Police Robert Wadman's baby in her stomach when she was 15. And John Pankinen was the one who actually put Alicia Owen in jail for perjury, lying against the Omaha police. You know? He says he can't access it. It's on a phone that he can't access. No, dude, I'm obsessed with fucking pedophiles is what I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed with the fucking pedophile organization. And they're obsessed with trying to actually get me, because now they're all in here. Oh my God. I don't have a criminal record, dickhead. What's happening in here right now is what Daniel Dowd asked his supporters to do on the thing just last night. That's what you're seeing. The people in here are the very fucking people that Daniel Dowd sent in here last night. That's the whole thing. You know? They're all in here. And again, I'm taking, because any law enforcement who actually goes and looks at these and uses the Shadow Dragon program, you can find out who the fuck these people are. You know? You can find out who these fucking people are. Daniel Dowd, Geo Farnsworth. I believe they're working with Thomas Schoenberger, Gabe Hoffman, Corey Daniel, his Sicilian witch wife, DeFango, the whole Sewer Town people, because they all congregate there too. Ron Patton was involved with it, with his little Olympia group. Doug Mesner, a.k.a. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, who is using his Satanic Temple daycare kid to target the fucking kids. And let me point out, not one of these motherfuckers is a goddamn kid. So to say that I'm all focused on fucking kids, but I'm only naming adults doesn't really make any sense. But what I'm focused on is their fucking pedophile operation that I think needs to be investigated and stopped. That's what I fucking think. But they're telling you that I'm obsessed with kids. No, I'm obsessed with this fucking pedophile operation. And I think it needs to be stopped. And I think that it's frustrating to watch people go after these Jeffrey Epstein files and this list that you haven't gotten in fucking 10 years. You're probably never gonna get. Satanic Temple has everything to do with it. Doug Mesner, aka Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, his whole history is trying to shut down survivors. He goes to Neil Brick's Smart Conference in Connecticut and then goes home and has his little fucking organization target them to shut them up. They were the ones who actually... Dude, Ryan Manning, your little is not going to scare me. Anyone who knows me knows there ain't no fucking way. But this is the organization that actually is trying to fucking shut all this shit down. They go after survivors. I'm not the only one they've gone after. I'm not the only one they've gone after. I'm the one who fights back the hardest, though. You know? They don't help people. Doug Mesner doesn't help anybody but himself. Lucian Greaves, founder of the Satanic Temple, has a whole long history. Fuck, he was involved with Amber Volatin, who actually murdered Lori King. Lori King was a founder of Ivory Garden, a survivor group in Washington. And do you want to know how she died? When she died? She died the same Sunday by suicide. Another fucking suicide. But Amber Volatin drove up. See, I love doing this because this is actually showing. This is just what Daniel Dowd just told his supporters to do in that video just last night. Just last night. You know? Radrick, what you're afraid of is that someone's going to investigate and find the proof. Geo. That's Geo. There's no proof. There's no proof. You fucking dance around and actually brag about it and then say there's no roof. You know? But go ahead. By all means, spend the next fucking 30 years focused on these Jeffrey Epstein files while they traffic your fucking kids. By all means. By all means. You know? By all means. If that's what you think is going to help and that's what's going to do it, by all means. Don't focus on the worker bees who are all in here trying to convince everyone how they shouldn't be looked at all. You know? But that's my impromptu live. I just wanted to come in and actually deal with this bullshit. You know? D-O-U-D. Daniel Dowd, a.k.a. Pootie Twang. If you go to my blog, davidshurter.com, click on the link in the description, it'll take you right to the blog. You can go see his face. You can go see all of it. You know? You can all go see all of it. You know? And so, with that said, you're actually seeing what they did, what they were just told to do last night. And now they're in here doing exactly what they're told because they're little incels who actually want to. Then now they're going to go on to Daniel Dowd's next live and brag about how they were in here doing it. Their little incel group, all anonymous. And so they can brag. We protected you, you pedophile. We love you, you pedophile. Go fucking those kids. Go fuck those kids. Go fuck them. You got it, Daniel Dowd. You got it. I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about the pedophile group that needs to be stopped. That's what I'm talking about. The fucking pedophiles. You're right. Look at the Democrats. Don't all look at your fucking orange pedophile Jesus. You know? Who has way more connections to Jeffrey Epstein than anyone else. You know? Way more connections. And whose government is trying to shut all this down? Donald Trump. Donald Trump. That's who's doing it. Who's shutting all this down now? Donald Trump. But you're right. He's completely innocent. He's just a little victim. Anybody who can't see this is either clearly blind or they're part of this pedophile ring and trying to protect this pedophile ring. You know? And yeah, I'm for real. I published this in 2012. I've been at this for a long fucking time. And why? Because I think kids deserve it. Because I don't think they deserve to be fucking trafficked. I don't think they deserve what this group is doing to them. They go around and parade around and brag about this shit. You know? But with that said, I have things to do today. So, you know,